President Trump's former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, is scheduled to be sentenced for tax and bank fraud later today. He is facing up to 25 years in prison, but his lawyers are asking for less time, citing poor health and his age, among other things. They're also saying he is remorseful and his cooperation with the investigation should be taken into account. Manafort's case is the first criminal conviction to come out of special counsel Robert Mueller's investigation. So it comes down to this. How significant will Manafort's sentencing be? Will he get 25 years in prison, or will President Trump just pardon him?
Well, by the way, how old is Paul Manafort?
69.
Wow, he does not look 69. I did not realize that. So this is likely the rest of his life.
Yeah, so if he gets 20 years, it would basically be life in prison.
Well, so how does this all fit into the broader Mueller investigation, right? I think that's what people are looking at. Because like you said, the thinking has always been that he will ultimately get some kind of pardon from the president. But this all comes at a time where we're waiting for that final report to come out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I wonder, too, I don't know how pardons work, but can you quite literally pardon someone before they've actually served time? I mean, doesn't it have to be...
I think you have to be convicted.
Like after a certain amount of time? I don't know, because it would be insane if it ends up being that he doesn't serve any full prison time.
Right.
Like gets a sentence and then is pardoned, and it's all wiped away.
It would be insane, but not within the realm of possibilities.
Yeah, I think
we've seen a lot of outlandish things.
Throw that out the door right now in terms of what could happen, but that is a possibility that's still very much on the table.
Absolutely, and if he is convicted and gets 25 years in prison, that does give more ammunition to Democrats, because we know they're currently asking for tons of documents from President Trump, from his administration. They're doing their own investigation. So this all plays into the narrative of, will President Trump be impeached, or will there even be impeachment proceedings against him? So if there is a conviction, and it's a lengthy prison sentence, that may help that cause.
Yeah, and I also think it's a litmus test, right, to see what else comes with the Mueller investigation. We've got Manafort and Cohen, basically the only two major pillars that have sort of gotten in trouble as a result of the investigation. And then the Cohen testimony really yielded a lot. Like, I feel like on the day that it happened, the original take that everyone had was like, well, what really came out of this that we didn't already know? But now in the time since, it's sort of like, actually, he talked about multiple instances of the president lying. Like, that was something, that was not nothing. And so now what more is going to come of it? Remember when, was it a week or two ago, we heard, oh, the report is finally going to come out tomorrow, and then no, that was incorrect.
Right.
So now everyone's just like waiting still, starting to get very impatient. But it's been a long wait.
Right, absolutely. But that Cohen testimony wasn't in vain. He produced actual checks that the president signed while in office. So we expect more to come.
And I can't help but wonder, we talk so much about this investigation, sort of getting into the weeds of what, the legal elements are, but the broader picture is that you've got a re-election campaign, 2020. How is this actually going to be reflected among voters, and are they even following this story?
Well, yeah, exactly. Like you would think, okay, let's say for however long Manafort is sentenced to, you'd think that that's a stain on the re-election campaign, but it kind of isn't. I mean, to those who are going to re-elect Trump, I don't think they say, oh, well, this reflects poorly on him. They don't care.
Yeah, it's going to matter. It's going to depend on what his own base feels after this conviction.
And if that base is bigger than whatever support the Democratic candidate rallies.
The dozens of candidates that are out there or that will be there.
Quite a parlor game.